Bitcoin remains to be consolidating around this 34 to 35,000 US dollar region, while Michael J. Burry is right now saying that the market is officially in correction territory, because right now the S&P 500 is already down more than 10%, while in fact Bitcoin and gold are still up. So we will be talking about this. Is there a gigantic crash coming for the stock market, and how could this affect Bitcoin? We will be exactly talking about the most important charts, the most important things to discuss on today's update video. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up the like button on today's update video, and let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term for Bitcoin, because yes, right now there has not been a lot of news that has been coming out here. I mean, so far we're still waiting for the ETF news to still hit the market, and we're expecting that it is going to be happening before the 10th of January, because on the 10th of January we do know that the final deadline is going to be there for the ARK Invest Spot ETF. So we're expecting that the Bitcoin Spot ETF is going to hit the markets before January the 10th. I mean, however, on the imminent short term for Bitcoin, we're remain to be consolidating around this region, and actually we're holding up quite well, because Bitcoin has been consolidating above the 34,000 US dollars already for 3 days in a row, what means that there is a lot of distribution of supply going on, and Bitcoin is still holding up the price. What is a super good development in my opinion, and people are actually interested in buying Bitcoin around 34,000 US dollars. So you can see that currently the Bitcoin price action is creating somewhat of a consolidation phase, and I mean, we're looking between the high and the low, and Bitcoin remains to be sitting between these levels. I mean, honestly, on the 4 hourly time frame, you can clearly see we got rejected by this $35,000 level every single time we touched it, and here on the 2-day time frame, you can clearly see this is the exact level that we need to be breaking, right? So this has been massive previous support for Bitcoin, then right now it is flipping into resistance, and honestly, this previous massive level of resistance right here, if we potentially will have a retest of this level, that is going to be the 31,000 US dollars, I will definitely open up a massive long position for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin were to be retracing back towards this level, I'm going to be opening up a massive trade, so make sure to pay attention towards this level. So we do know Michael J. Burry, well known from the Big Short, has been, of course, shorting the markets for a while right now here, and currently is saying and stating the facts in the market. The S&P 500 is down 10% from its highs. You can clearly see it. It's down 10% from its previous high. Also right now confirming the lower high in the market, and if this crash were to be continuing, we could be potentially see a bigger dive. Of course, Michael J. Burry is actually projecting and predicting a massive crash across the stock market. And honestly, it could potentially be happening. And if that were to be happening, what would it do to Bitcoin? Because right now, if we're going to be overlaying Bitcoin, we can clearly see that actually Bitcoin has been outperforming the S&P 500 massively. I mean, on the way down, it moved similarly. On the way up, it moved similarly as well. But right now, while it is going down, Bitcoin is actually going up. And if we're going to be looking at gold right now, it is actually even more interesting, because gold has been having a little bit of a similar approach, right? So this is, let me remove the Bitcoin chart. So this is the gold chart. Gold has also been moving up with the stock market, but ever it started to be dumping, there's been a very big shift in the market. The stock market has been going down, and gold and Bitcoin has been going up here. So there's right now a big shift on things that are currently going on here, and honestly, I think this is a thing we should be paying attention towards. Bitcoin is going up massively, stock market is going down massively, and Bitcoin is also going up here. So important thing to be paying attention towards, because this could potentially lead towards a bigger divergence in the market, and maybe right now something is playing out that has not been playing out before. So I want you guys to be paying attention also towards the US debt here, because I mean, we, of course, are trading Bitcoin on the imminent short term, on the 12 or 6 month horizon, but you have to understand the bigger potential of Bitcoin. And for you to understand the bigger potential of Bitcoin, you have to understand that national debt is rising with billions and billions of dollars by the day, by the month. We're literally increasing it by trillions of dollars. So yes, the US debt is increasing massively, and this is making Bitcoin a more and more interesting asset over time, since yeah, literally the people that are taxing you are creating trillions and trillions of dollars in tax. So that is why I am an investor in Bitcoin, and that's why I'm a believer in the long term of Bitcoin. And honestly, Bitcoin has been up over 100% year to date, so there is clearly interest, and that is what makes it for me so interesting. So I mean, we do know the ETF is going to come here anytime soon. And once that is going to be happening, probably Bitcoin is going to be spiking even further towards the upside. So if you want to be benefiting from this volatility, go to the link description of today's video, because right now if you sign up an account on BYBIT, you can actually claim this insane $1,000 airdrop position. And guys, you can only claim this for another 4 days, so make sure to be quick. All you need to do here is go to the link description of today's video, sign up an account using that link below, deposit $100 within 7 days, and complete KYC to claim this insane $1,000 airdrop position. It's a super big one, and you can also right now only claim it for another 4 days, so make sure to be quick. It's one of the best deposit bonuses that currently is running. But honestly, if we're looking at Bitcoin right now here, we can currently see here is that Bitcoin broke out of this massive downward sloping resistance line, and right now we basically are seeing the continuation towards the upside. Honestly, we are right now running in towards a small little resistance. These are the most important levels of resistance. Honestly, the 36.5k is the level to break, but if Bitcoin were to come down here, if Bitcoin were to be coming down to 31.7k, I would see it as an opportunity to be actually longing Bitcoin over there. So I am not very afraid about Bitcoin right now here. If it were to be coming down, I would only benefit from it to open up new trades here on the market. And honestly as well, Bitcoin on the weekly time frame broke this massive downward sloping resistance line that of course provided us rejections for over 98 weeks in a row here. What is a 686 week downtrend? What is a massive downtrend? And we just broke above it. So the inverse head and shoulders is breaking out here. Bitcoin is breaking above weekly resistance. And if we were to be looking at the imminent short term in terms of the heat map and in terms of the liquidations, we can currently see that the majority of the liquidations are actually laying below us in long positions. So that is maybe a thing we should be worrying about. But if we're zooming out here, there are a lot of liquidations, approximately $700 million sitting around $29,000. So that is actually a very interesting thing to be seeing right now here. Probably those liquidations are going to stay here. But honestly, I am still super excited about Bitcoin and the longer term horizon. Of course, right now in the imminent short term, there's not a lot of stuff happening right now here. Bitcoin just remains to be consolidating. It remains to be consolidating and creating new consolidation ranges. I mean, yeah, we've been trading the symmetrical triangle. Was beautiful trade, honestly. But right now, Bitcoin potentially could be creating a new downward sloping resistance line right here. Potentially is going to be breaking above it. So we could be getting ready for some new moves on the creation for Bitcoin right here. So looking forward towards what is going to be happening next year. But honestly, I think Bitcoin will remain to be consolidating a little bit right here, at least between $35,000 and $34,000. And honestly, once Bitcoin breaks above $36,000, this massive resistance here on the top side as well, that is the point I will get super excited, because that is the point where Bitcoin would be breaking back in towards this consolidation range here on the top. So I'm going to be watching it closely, but if Bitcoin comes back, I'm going to be opening up a big trade right here. And yes, if Michael J. Burry is right here, and we're going to get a big crash here on the stock market. I mean, so far Bitcoin looks to be the flight to safety, so it could only benefit the Bitcoin price action, because that is literally what has been happening in the recent periods in the market. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.